So we're going to talk today about how the overthinking and all the planning is actually stopping you from taking the action with that next project or that next goal in your business. So I am a planner, right? Anyone who knows me, and if you do not know me, I am a planner. I am very organized, and that's what I teach my clients. It's what I help my clients achieve in their businesses. And so it's really hard for me to sometimes take that step back, right? It's really hard for me to stop planning and start the doing. And oftentimes we are we're so focused on thinking about what it is we want to achieve and looking at the long term, because we're told to dream big. We are encouraged to dream big, and I want you to dream big, but I also want you to break that big dream and goal down into those smaller actionable steps, because what you do today, tomorrow, next week is going to get you to that long-term goal. So focusing only on the long term is not going to help you achieve it. What you need to understand is, okay, this is what I want, and then what am I going to do to get there? Now, oftentimes we get really stuck and trapped in the thinking of the goal and thinking about all these steps that we need to take. Now, as I said, what you do today, tomorrow, next week is how you're going to achieve that long-term goal. But we need to focus on what we're doing right now. What is the first step, right? What is the first step? Because when we are in this state of almost like I can't say the word paralysis, of looking at all these things that we need to do, like, oh, well, I can't do it because this needs to be perfect. I can't go to the gym because I need to lose weight. It's like I can't build my business because my website needs to be perfect. I can't go live because I have a hair dye line on. These things that we tell ourselves, these are the things that we're overthinking, we're overanalyzing, and they're stopping us from taking action with that next project or that next goal. So we're telling ourselves that we need a bigger audience, that we need more subscribers, right? So do we all. That we need more of an audience, that we need to, we need to look differently or have better lighting or have a better camera. All of these things that we tell ourselves are what is stopping us from actually taking action with that project or that goal. And we then start to plan out, okay, well, if I do this, then this will happen, then I can do this. And we start to create this entire step-by-step process of all these things that we want to have in place before we take action, before we work on that project, before we do that. But you know what happens in the meantime is that the time still goes by, right? So if we spend the whole of May planning and thinking about what it is we want to do, and we don't do anything, we don't do anything to get us towards that goal, that project, then the time is still going to have gone by. And oftentimes we then look at it and we're like, oh, well, now this person has created what I wanted to create, or this person has written a blog that I wanted to write, or this person has said what I want to say. And this is what then stops us from taking the next action. Because we didn't take action in the first place. We didn't take that first step. We became completely paralyzed by the idea of taking that first step. Instead, we're looking at all of the steps and trying to take all of the actions or none of the action. And this is one of those occasions when doing something is better than doing nothing. And it doesn't have to be perfect, and it's allowed to be messy, and you are allowed to not know all of the steps, okay? You're allowed to not know what's coming next. You're allowed to take action and not know exactly what will happen after you take that action. Now, it might sound really crazy because I am a planner, and as I said, I'm somebody who's very organized, and I do believe in having a strategy behind what we do in our business. That's so true, right? Having a strategy in your business is true. But this is what I see happening, is we get confused between strategies and tactics. A strategy is long term. So if you've headed into 2019 and you're like, well, I'm going to test out different strategies every month, check your language, because it might be that it may not be strategies. And if you are testing strategies every month, then I highly, highly recommend that you don't do that. And the reason being is because you need to test a strategy for a longer period of time. That strategy, imagine it's a bridge, right? A strategy is like an objective. It's what you're going to be working on that entire year or 6 months or 90 days, however you want to break it down. So if you have, let's use Pinterest as an example, if you have a Pinterest marketing strategy, that means you're going to be using Pinterest to market your business, then along the way, for you to get from where you are right now to that end goal at the end of 2019, you're going to have to walk the bridge, right? You've got to walk across the bridge. And all of those little all of those pieces of all those like structures that are holding the bridge up, those are the tactics. Those are things you are testing. Those are each time it's like, right, I'm testing this in January, I'm testing this in February, I'm testing it March, April, May, and so on. So for you to get from where you are to where you want to go, you have to just test things. And those are the tactics. Those are the things that can change. If something's working, don't change it, right? If something is bringing you profit and it's not taking you a ton of time and it's not like sucking your soul out of you, then you want to keep doing those things. At any time those things are not bringing you profit and not bringing you subscribers, you're not enjoying them, that's when you have to check it first, right? You have to start looking at what you're doing and decide whether it's worth your time and energy. So for you to get from where you are right now to where you want to be, to get that project finished or to achieve that goal, you have to take action, right? Even if it's messy, even if it's imperfect. And this comes from a place of love from a recovering perfectionist. It comes from a place of love from somebody who is all about planning and strategy and wants to know all the steps, right? I want to know all the steps about everything. I know what that's like. So it comes from a place of love, because what I want you to think about is how the planning and the thinking and the over analyzing is stopping you from taking action. So when you look at that long-term goal, whether it's creating a freebie, an opt-in, whatever we're calling it these days, whether it's creating a program or putting up a sales page for your services, you need to just do the damn thing. And it won't be perfect, right? It won't be perfect. I promise you it won't be perfect, because we always find that we can refine these things. As you start to work with clients, you will be able to refine those things. You'll be able to refine your sales page, refine your language. That's what happens in business. No one goes and puts the first thing out into the world and it's perfect and then everyone buys it. What typically happens is those of us, and I'm there, those of us who try to perfect something and waste all that time and then put it out into the world, there's usually crickets. So what you need to do is just solve the person's problem, go out there, do the thing, promote it, talk about it, and then refine it as you go. So I really, really hope to encourage you this weekend, today it's Friday, this Friday, over the weekend, next week, and into May. I want you to take messy action. I want you to really think about doing the thing instead of planning it all out, instead of knowing exactly which step comes first and next. And I know this is a really, really scary thing. I've spoken to so many women who have said, I just want to be told what to do, right? It's like they want this like business step-by-step perfect plan that's going to work for everybody. And it doesn't work like that. It does not work like that, because everything works. It just doesn't work for all of us, right? So what works for you might not work for me, might not work for the next person. So it's okay, right? It's okay to test things out and see what works in your business. And it's okay to take messy action. Do it imperfectly, take action, and just doing that is what's going to help you to understand what the next piece and what the next thing is. But sitting with your planner, I love a planner, but sitting with your planner and just planning everything out and then not taking any action and then realizing that a month has gone by, that is not going to help you achieve your business goals. So take action. That's the only thing I want you to do. That's my goal for you, is for you to take action this month. And I would love for you to let me know in the comments what it is that you are taking action on this month in May. Let me know what you're taking action on so that I can support your business, so that we can support each other's businesses, and so that we can help you to take that inspired action. So thank you so much for joining me today. I have loved coming on live and talking about this. If you have any questions at all, please pop them in the comments and I will circle back and answer them later. And if you have anything in particular you would like me to talk about, let me know in the comments, and I will see you very, very soon.